radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the bins. Hello, hello, it's Rangers radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Apologies for a late start. We had to calm one of the presenters down. Join myself, Oxford, on the panel is my mate Bridgeman and Stephen from Drumchapel.
Stick a bunny in me pocket. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. 'Cause if you want the lessons but you don't ask questions, then brother, I'm your man.
Evening, chaps.
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, Ox. And how's the Bridgeman?
Oh, can I say a huge good evening to you two guys? Massive good evening to the guys in the lobby, to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Happy Monday.
I've just had a thought that, Stephen to Drumchapel, we could call you STD.
What do you reckon?
That would be really cruel, that wouldn't it?
What a way to start the night. Let me tell you. What the toad?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a couple of boys in the lobby gave me a clap for that line.
A clap for a line. Brilliant.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
Anyway, look, by the way, thanks for storming in tonight, big man. I appreciate it. Young Gary was meant to be, he's dealing with a personal issue. And, hope everything goes well for him. While we're on, young Gary, I hope him and his family are all right. I'll keep you in touch. I think just best wishes to young Gary. Right, okay, where do I start? Bridge, you keep your powder dry. We're going to come to you. Big Stevie, professional performance yesterday?
Very professional. Over the moon. Got the early goal, which draws them out. And then after that, you know what happens when people come out and try and play? Old Teddy Bears just killed the game in the first half, didn't they? Absolutely brilliant. And I loved the fact that it gave us a wee bit of time there at the end to get some of the young team on, you know. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Right, if it's all right for you, I think it's only fair if we hear the view for your Bridge. Are you happy with that?
Oh, I'm over the moon. He's absolutely brilliant at it now. So he's a pro now, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so get yourself in mute because we're going to have a view from the Bridge.
View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore. View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to A View from the Bridge. And here we go. Rangers were overall by far and away the better side, and every player played really well. What a 4-0 result for us. Great result for me, I'd say. One of the best results we've ever had, in my opinion, for that day. The pressure, that type of pressure. Falkirk created some good chances, but our defensive keeper thwarted them all. The Bridgeman says we definitely mollicated them. It was 4-1-7. My result of the season so far. In the first few minutes, we put some pressure on Falkirk by making a few chances and half chances. We started to look good. Just 32 seconds played, Itten struck a crossbar with a speculative error, I couldn't get a word out. Almost caught out the keeper. In 5.5 minutes, a superb long ball from Connor Golson, just drifted over the head of the Falkirk centre-half, Mark Durnan, who initially looked as if he had it covered, but it landed really well for Mr. Defoe, who scored a lovely goal with the ball going in off the far post. Brilliant. 1-0 to the famous. On 25 minutes, Rangers were forced into an early change when Brandon Barker hobbled off. Glenn Kamara, his replacement. In 29 minutes, a Barisic's corner was met brilliantly by Itten, who brought out a really good block from the keeper, and the ball broke out to Bassey, who lashed it home from inside the 6-yard box. 2-0 to the Famous. On 40 minutes, Itten was fouled on the edge of the box. Up stepped Barisic, and what a goal he scored. He lashed the ball. He lashed the ball over the wall and into the top right-hand corner. 3-0 to the Famous. Half-time, 3-0. On 40 minutes, Arfield pushed the ball out to Barisic, who crossed to the back post, and Tav met the cross on the full and scored a peach of a goal. His 14th of the season, 4-0 to the Famous. The final score, by the way, was 4-0 to the Famous. After the draw, which took place after the game, Rangers will now face St Mirren in the last 8. Player by player, McLaughlin 7, Tavernier 9, Goldson 8, Bassey 8, Barisic 8, Arfield 7, Zungu 7, Barker 6, Hadji 6, Defoe 7, and Itten 8. I thought he had his best game for us, I thought. Special mention, young Kieran Dixon, 50 on the 55th minute. He came on for Scott Arfield and put in a good performance. On 71 minutes, the youngest of the boys, Leon Thompson King, 16-year-old, on for Tav. Great performance. Man of the match overall, Mr. Tavernier. Match stats: possession 38% Falkirk, 62% Rangers. Shots on target 5 for Falkirk, 7 for the Rangers. Shots off target 3 for Falkirk, 5 for Rangers. Corners 6-3 to Falkirk. Fouls 7 for Falkirk, 12 for Rangers. Another great performance in the result of our fans and players and management team and the club. Once again, hats off to our manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE. End of A View from the Bridge.
I
A View from the Bridge. Sorry, pal.
I can't believe it, Stevie. I thought he'd have mentioned some other events elsewhere in his view.
Oh, goodness, not in A View from the Bridge. But
right.
I will mention it if you want.
Go on then, mate. Get it off your chest.
Well, you saw what was happening on the news. I'm only looking at the news, and it's absolutely scandalous. And you're going to have one politician or spokesperson from some other place coming out, and they're going to blame. I believe they've actually included Rangers' name, and we're not standing for this. Football fans, Celtic or Rangers, all this nonsense, and it's just scandalous. But that is dreadful to happen. However, it's good in a sense when you hear it's not our club, and it's not our club that's being slagged across the radio waves and so on and so forth, and we're not on the telly for it. But there's going to be another carpet put down on top of the carpet they've got, and there's going to be an awful lot put into it. I'll tell you.
China, that must be one of the stable doors, mate. It must be that high up because there's that many carpets.
It's just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. Now, after last night, you would think, and I'll say this in all honesty, you'd think they're going to have to come out here, say something, and then change a manager or get rid of him or something. It looks as if they're going to keep him. They're going to keep him. That suits us, of course. That'll suit Rangers, I think. But my God.
I've got a serious question to ask you, and I'm going to go to Stephen first. If a team can't guarantee that their fans can abide by the restrictions in place at the moment, should they forfeit all their home games going forward till they can guarantee public safety?
100%. If you're asking me, I mean, just the only thing I can really say about it, I just hate the sight of them like the rest of these. The thing for me is, you put the shoe in the other foot, and it was Rangers that were acting like that, we would be dragged through the mud, unbelievable. We would be talked about in the papers and everything, and the whole club would be dragged through the mud. They'd be talking about points deducted, they'd be talking about games getting took off you and all the rest of it. But as you have just touched on there, how high is this carpet getting by putting stuff under it? I mean, it's absolutely under. Look, see their whole club, the biscuit tin mentality. The manager that they've got, he was just signed because he's Celtic minded, and we all know what Celtic minded means. You know, their fans are an absolute. During the pandemic, they're all out there. They're meant to be social distant. There are people losing their lives. Their club is just an absolute joke. It's the club that just keeps giving. They're an absolute disgrace. They're Scotland's shame.
I'm being serious here, Pridge. What happens if they get in their next home game, it doesn't go their way, and there's even many of them protesting? They cannot guarantee public safety. So the Grun should be shut down.
Well, I think that should be the first consideration by the government, considering it was a COVID thing, and I don't know how many fans were there. The reports, I think I heard was that 1,000? Okay, but the thing was that it was one of their own that was actually reporting it at Parkhead. I saw a wee snippet on somebody sent us some through the WhatsApp thing. It was a wee Twitter thing, and it was Duffy, Jim Duffy, sitting outside. He was trying to drive out. They were told to get away from the stadium, and he was trying to drive out, and he stopped and he saw there was loads of them. They thought there was only 30 or 40 fans there, and he said, "No, there's hundreds here, and there's still more coming." That's a wee bit that I heard now. I don't know whether they'll believe him or they'll take his word or whatever they'll do. Who knows? But what I believe is there are going to be 2 investigations. One, which is the most important one, will come from the club itself. They'll have an internal investigation to get it sorted out and get the people that know and they get them arrested. And the other is going to be a police one, right? And they'll get their same people and they'll arrest the same people. And we know how many people they're going to arrest. And it's going to start with a Z and end with an O. That's what's going to happen. And it's going to be a big whitewash.
Anyway, I'll tell you what we're going to do next. We're going to hear from your manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE, because I want to hear what he's going to say to the young boy. I've not heard him yet. And then we'll open the lines for callers. How does that sound, Big Stephen?
That sounds like a plan. That'll do me 100%.
All right, get yourself a mute and we'll hear from our manager.
Yeah, it was a couple of things we stressed before the game. Our application, mentality and the attitude towards the game. You always got to respect your opponents and the environment before the ball's kicked. The players did that really well. We competed well and we showed our quality at the right times, and it's another strong win with a clean sheet, so we're pleased. We've managed to get 90 minutes into certain individuals, and we've managed to offload certain individuals with an idea for midweek, so really pleased.
On that quality, I mean, some of the goals again, really, really top quality. Start with Jermaine's finish, Bourne's free kick, and then fullback to fullback for the fourth.
That's JD, isn't it? His first touch of the game, left foot, fantastic run to get on the shoulder. It was a great ball by Connor, but then to finish it the way he has into the side net, and it's a world-class finish again, and it's typical JD. Second goal, set piece, Calvin following up, great header by Cedric. Great finish into the roof and net for his first goal, so pleased for him. Free kicks, a moment class, Bona, that's what he's about, and James finishes it off with a fantastic volley. So the 4 goals were all really good in different ways, but pleasing to see.
And Cedric perhaps unlucky not to grab a goal tonight, but a really strong performance from him.
Yeah, I thought he'd done everything but score. But, there's many things that contribute to a good performance. Of course, it'd be nice if he got on the score sheet, but we judge people on the work rate, what they do in the system, what they do in the game plan. And I think he's contributed towards a good, strong win for us, so we're pleased.
In terms of offloading players, brilliant to get some academy debuts tonight as well.
Yeah, but they deserved it. It was about who deserves an opportunity tonight, and they've been training ever so well. Dixon and King haven't looked out of place. They're training like first team players. So I wanted to reward them and give them a taste of the action. The message for them now is that's the beginning. They've got to be obsessed now with working as hard as they can to try and get another opportunity. King's slightly different. He's younger, probably a little bit too early for him. In all honesty, but because we lost Phil before the game and because he's been training so well, I just wanted to give him a taste, and I'll be looking at him closely now to see his reaction from the taste, and I'll be making sure his feet stay firmly on the ground so he keeps pushing as hard as he can.
All right, I want to put that back there. I really enjoyed the performance of that young boy Dixon yesterday. I thought he played with his head up and looked all right. I know it was 4-0, the game was done, but I've got to say I was impressed with Stephen.
Listen, the boy looked as if he looked very comfortable. You know, he didn't look at play socks. You know, he's 18. The boy Dixon, he's 18. Absolutely brilliant. They've got a wee bit of experience under his belt there, but he didn't look at the place at all. And by the way, I love the number he's top, 55. That'll do me.
I like that. I bet they'll never turn up. They're not turning up for training tomorrow with a couple of Ferraris. Gerard will have the back of the show back.
I honestly thought both of them were excellent. You know, I didn't expect the world, and we never got the world, but they played very well. And the younger one, I was so delighted he came on. He go 10 minutes or so, just brilliant. Take coming on for Tav, wow. And
16 years of age, mate, get on to the first team. You know, no many players have done it. You know.
No. Now let's hope they don't fade away. If you excuse the pun about the rock and roll songs,
journey, mate. They're only started.
Yeah.
I believe the young boy Liam King's for Pollock. His family's for Pollock. He's got a right good upbringing. So it was brilliant to see the young boy coming on last night. And again, he didn't do nothing wrong. You know, it looked very comfortable. So I'm the same as Bridge. I was delighted with the two boys, you know.
I don't know you guys how you feel, but certainly, you know, this morning when I got up, I couldn't believe. I thought I was in heaven in a sense. From a football perspective, that's been an enormous week for our club, and of course all the nonsense on the other side added to it, and it's really fantastic. The feeling about the club, how well we're doing, and so on and so forth. That was a massive game. So we've came from what we thought was going to be a sticking point for us, an international break. We've come through that, came out, tanned somebody 4-0, and we're happy. I mean, we're really, really happy. Can't beat it. Cup game, wow.
Bridge, man.
Yes, pal.
Bridge, it's not good for my health. Have you any idea the amount of popcorn I've been through?
You said last night you've a lot. Let's put it that way.
How's that gone, mate? How's that gone? What are you going for? Are you going for salted? A bit of salt and salted caramel?
A wee bit of the butter and that, and I've been experimenting with, you know, it's that. It's never off. The bells are never real. And what's going on outside the Kerrydale down across the road? It's been absolutely box office. And I advise all the bells to go and buy popcorn machines, everything, popcorn boxes, and takeaways when we get into the It's brilliant.
It's something else, isn't it? It's something else.
Here. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I did say way back when
if you could, you wouldn't be on this show.
I did say a way back when we beat them at the Gyro Dome, I said they'll implode and sure to my word. And by the way, I didn't think they'd have melted the way they have, but believe me, I knew they were papering all the cracks before it, and I knew when we beat them, they were going to take a nosedive. But my God, how quick's that happened?
Well, can I ask you guys a quick question? And because this is how your personal opinion would be. What do you think may happen insofar as any investigations, or because they've got to do it now while it's fresh? They've got to do something now. They can't allow that kind of thing to go on. Is there a bit of a trust missing? Who's going to have to go to Parkhead to play next? Can they be trusted? Just like Oxford was saying, can they be trusted for the fans not to turn up and cause problems? Because that was shocking, by the way. I have to say, funny but shocking.
For me, as far as I know, Bridge, the police have released a statement saying that anybody that they can identify will be getting their door chapped. Now, I know the bells on the keyboards will be trying to identify some of them and doing their wee bit there, you know. But as far as players' safety and that goes, you're totally right. Whoever goes there next must be like, are we going to be all right going there? You know,
I think they were going
to put a police record. Don't stand so close to me.
Yeah, they've got a lot of home games coming up, including one European game.
And really, I mean, I don't know how the SFA and SPFL haven't come out with a statement that says, go get this sorted.
Well, it's no their business. It's their
No,
business.
of course not.
What we'll say in this, they would have been shocking scenes normally, but they've lost one game of football. You know what I mean? That's all they've done, is lost a game of football. But then put it in perspective, these scenes during a global pandemic when the city, or maybe they don't love the city, maybe they're not like us, maybe they don't love the city, maybe the city that they live in, that they take their gyros in, and they don't care about the welfare of other people in it. Maybe they're different for us. Maybe. Because how can you condone that and what's happening in the world at the moment? The lack of common sense is just unbelievable. Anyway, it's about time we opened up the lines. What's the number? Big Stephen.
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Our joins at Skype at rangersradio.online. You brought in a call with Fox and Old School Blue. If you phone in, hang up and we will phone you back. Bridgeman, what can they talk about?
They can talk about anything they like as long as it's about the Rangers, the famous Glasgow Rangers.
Hear ya.
Foxter.
Yes, mate.
I just give a shout out to Big Tony for Govan. He's a member of the European Rangers Supporters Association, the same as myself. When we were up there, he texted me to say the show's fantastic and well done to everybody on the show. And he said, "Can you put McGee's a wee shout out, Stevie?" And I said, "I certainly will. Do my best."
Big Tony, was that?
Big Tony, yes. The boys for Govan. He's brand new. An absolute teddy bear to the core, So all the best to Big Tony. I've not seen him since we get back with Greece, but all the best, Tony. Thanks for your...
This is turning it to Glenn Michael's cavalcade for all the shout-outs. £50 a shout-out. Brilliant. Aye. All the best, Big Tony.
It was Paladin, wasn't it? Glenn Michael's cavalcade. The Paladin was the lamp. I like that. Glenn Michael's cavalcade. That was before Sport on a Sunday afternoon, wasn't
it? Brilliant.
The famous Glenn Michael. Unbelievable.
Just been sent that the best performance by a Rangers youth of the weekend must go to Stephen Kelly. Anyway.
He was brilliant, by the way. He did have a good game. Hats off to Falkirk. Hats off to them. Seriously. They tried their best. They came out, they did what they could do. They attacked a number of times.
They played football, Pitch. It was a game of football.
Absolutely.
Right, okay. So but first, I think the callers are starting to come in. We'll see where this show's going to take us. Every show's an adventure. Right, well, I think we've been joined by Bob Chair to be right with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Not to be with us any second now. Here we go. Evening, Bob Chair.
How you doing, lads? Happy days, huh? Aye, happy days, boys.
We've never seen that. Brucey bonus coming. Big Stevie.
Oh, very happy days. How's Bob Chair, all right? You want to bring some sanity to the show?
Me? Sanity? You must be joking, Stevie.
Tell us a joke, Bob Chair. Tell us a joke.
I could tell you a few now, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is, I hear you reflected on the Liverpool events of yesterday, and I'm not going to go on great lengths about it. I'll say this to you: I watched it on YouTube last night, a good video on YouTube, and I watched the behaviour of some of them, and to think that they threw Duncan Ferguson in the jail, that galled me. I know it's a different time and it's a while ago, but that galled me when I saw the behaviour of some of them. Yeah. But as Ox says, that the law, and I've seen it myself tonight, that the law is going to be looking for these people, and they've warned them. But anyway, enough about them. What about us yesterday? I thought Bassey is going to be a hero with the Rangers support. He's a great player.
He's a character, isn't he?
He's a character.
He's only 18. 18?
19, I think.
19, Bassey, yeah. 19.
He's not much younger than myself, so...
Brilliant.
Christ,
but he's raw, but he's got all the components. He's quick. He's no scared.
No.
he's just learning the game, and let's see where it takes him. And I think he's getting a good schooling for where he is, mate.
Aye, and he can cover the ground. But can I come away with a note of caution here, lads? If you didn't mind.
Yep,
They're on the they're not on their knees yet, but they're not as good a place as they thought they could be this year. And at the end of the day, we all know they're a big club and they've all galvanised. And I think they'll turn to the man that's in charge of your national team now. I think they'll turn to him to galvanise it. And reflecting on his ridiculous press conference at Ibrox about 18 months ago when we beat Kilmarnock 5-0 in the Scottish Cup. His ludicrous press conference with his descriptions of Scottish society. And like the rest of us, we're not got much time for that man. And I believe they'll turn to him to galvanise things. And when the day, we'll need to be prepared and play even better against them. Do you agree?
He'd be one of the names in the frame.
Well, he would.
You can only play football one way, mate.
Well, I know. He sets it up. He sets it up with 5 across the right, 4 across the middle. No, he didn't know it come on it. They're all right, though. I wouldn't say we'd adopt the same tactics with them, but I think that would be the favourite to get that job. Anyway,
do you think the SFA will let him go?
Well, it's contracted to them. I mean, you've seen it repeatedly with managers in international positions. Whenever a big club comes along, well, I think sort of 9.5 times out of 10 of the big club will be able to buy them and get him in.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
There's talk about him and Philip did South.
I think
sorry.
You might have the Sean in the background.
Have I?
I think so, mate.
Right, mate. Right, that's it. That's our way now.
Right. Carry on.
Thank God it's you, Bob, and not me. I'm always getting the blame for it. It's not to do with me.
I know. That's why I love Rangers Radio.
Here's a line for you. I'll take it to you three because obviously you'll know what I'm talking about. I read it today on one of the follow. Let's not suffer from premature expectations.
No.
And I thought that was a good word because we've done nothing yet. Stevie, and then Bob.
No, you're right, mate. I mean, I cling on to every word Stevie Jenner because his boy tells you the truth. The guy tells you how it is, and he's got our feet firmly on the ground. He's keeping us firmly on the ground. You heard the way he spoke about the young boy there, Liam King, and that. He said, I'll be watching, he's make sure he keeps his feet on the ground and everything else. I don't think there's anybody getting carried away here. We know that we've not done nothing yet. We're in a right good position. The thing that we're all over the moon about, Ox, is that there's been progress since Stevie G came in every year, a steady progress. And in Europe, domestically, and we're really in a right good place just now. And what's happening with them across the road is just helping the real situation a wee bit. But as far as things are, we're not getting carried away. There's still 25 games to play here, and we need to proceed with caution.
Exactly. I keep saying you've probably heard me repeatedly saying on the show, they've got all the trophies. They've not got the League Cup this year, obviously. If that's the reaction to going out the Scottish League Cup, well, God only knows what it'll be like if we stop them down 10 in a row. Exactly. Keep your feet in the ground. We're playing well. We're organised. Keep it going. 25 games to go to heaven.
Well, we've been joined by Big Dave for Edinburgh. How we doing, big man?
All right, mate. All right, Stevie. Bob Jer.
Right.
Bridgeman.
Hi, Dave.
All right.
Hello, Dave. Are you okay tonight?
Aye, sound as a pound, mate.
Apparently your photos all over the internet after last night at Parkhead.
I wasn't dressed up as a Tim, I'll tell you that now.
Well said.
Yeah, it's absolutely shocking, isn't it? 1,000 of them turn up to greet Neil Lennon. 10,000 turned up at Ibrox to greet Steven Gerrard. Come on. Only 1,000. Come on, eh? But nah, I was just thinking back to the Paul Le Guen days. Did we carry on like that? Paul Le Guen was mucking it up. Were we ripping down the doors, throwing barriers? You know what I mean?
I think the thing, Dave, in a global, at any time, these scenes would have been embarrassing. But during a global pandemic, you're actually breaking the law just by turning up.
Well, I didn't glue out much upstairs because I'm a cab driver, right? And I didn't glue out much, obviously, when the work's there, but you just got to be so careful,
Aye.
I mean, how many folk have they spread that to last night?
Exactly. Good point.
You know what I mean?
No consideration, no thoughts, what does it achieve, you know?
Then they're all going home to their families, and then their families are maybe visiting other family members, and that's all it takes, and it just goes out of control.
Aye. Yes. Dangerous society.
You're mate. You're right, mate. You're right. But going back to the football, mate, we're in a right good place, Dave, and we've just got to keep going.
That's brilliant.
23 games, yeah? 23 games. Let me just see this. 23 games, 19 wins, 18 clean sheets, 64 goals for, 9 against. Obviously, 5 of them have been against Benfica in the last 10 minutes, so they don't count.
I like that one.
Oxdale, you were talking about quantum physics the other week there. It's like we're playing in another. It's like waking up and I'm thinking, are we on Earth? Because the football we're playing is beautiful football, lovely working, passing and moving. It's honestly, it's football for another galaxy for Rangers now. You know what I mean? For what we were used to, obviously, gone back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Going back to Casinha and all that. You know?
No.
It's night and day.
I mean,
we don't need to go.
Bridgeman.
Sorry, buddy, I thought you'd finished. Sorry.
And the boys finished. On you go, Bob.
I can remind of the days when Jock Wallace, or was it Wally Worrell, used to pump long balls at the two Derricks, Parley and Johnson. It worked at that time. As Dave says, some of the football we were playing now are so on a par. It's on a par with some of the best of them. Well, I'm not saying we can beat Real Madrid or Bayern or Barcelona. No. We're not at that standard. But I'll tell you one thing, we're at a decent standard in Europe, and we've proved it. Keeping the ball in the day. There'll be some excellent performances away from him. Porto, Feyenoord, Benfica. We should have beat them twice. All the clubs came a long, long way. Some of the standard we're at the new. I'm absolutely. I can echo what Big Dave says here. I'm absolutely delighted with the football we're playing, and keep it going.
Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely.
Port Bear sent me this. You know how he likes a start, Big Stevie?
Aye.
Well, seeing their invincible season, see by the 1st of December, they'd lost 5 matches, mate.
Well.
There you go.
There was a wee thing came on the news tonight. I don't know if any of you guys managed to see it, and it was about a mysterious game change, schedule-wise, and it was involving the two, shall we say, the Tims and the Tiny Tims, and there was supposed to be a game. I don't know whether it was at Celtic Park or not, but the Leanne Dempster has reported it and said, I didn't even know anything about that. This schedule change, we don't know anything about it in Hibs, but it's been done. It's actually been done and apparently signed. So there you go.
But, can I come in there?
Of course. On you go, Dave.
I read that, Bridgeman. You're totally right. What had happened is they asked Hibs, and Hibs said no. You can't move it. It was a Saturday game. And so Celtic went over their heads and asked the SPFL something to do with a winter training ground. What a load of crap. But anyway, so the SPL have moved it and not even informed Hibs, not even tell them.
Wow.
And just done it. But what can Celtic run Scottish football? That's what we've been talking about for the last couple of years. Celtic, whatever Celtic want, they get, just like they got the league. You know what I mean?
Now that the story's out, Bob Jerry, someone somewhere must be able to mediate that and say, no, that's not right. You can't do these things. Because it can't be within the... Unless, of course, the board, the SPFL board, have taken that decision to assist another club. I don't know. But I think that's totally wrong.
Maybe they're trying to help them progress in Europe.
Good point. Good point.
But upstairs, they've no even consulted Hibs. They've just moved it.
Something weird.
Well, surely Hibs could step in and contest it then. If it didn't suit their schedule, surely Hibs can come in and contest that. You can't have one club telling the rest of the league what they do, surely.
I'll just put it to you this way: a tour of Japan.
Yeah. We've got a pre-season.
Anyway, Bridgeman, if people want to join us, what's the number, mate?
Oh, the number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You brought into the call. Phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. You can come in and speak to real legends tonight. We've got Stephen from Jump Chapel, The Bridge, Big Dave from Edinburgh, and of course, Bob Chair. Real legends tonight. Real legends. Wait a minute, am I reading that?
Legends.
You'll need them tonight out there, I'll tell you. Called them a woman's help.
Right, so everything's positive, but we've all got this wee 8 in the back of our heads saying, "Oh, things have gone too well," haven't we? You know, that's it. Yes. Being a football fan, that's what being a Rangers fan. You're just, you know that things are not going to be perfect, but we just need to keep this run going as long as possible. All right, we might lose a game in football. It could be Thursday night. Nobody knows. Even though I think we'll be strong favourites. Then we go and play Ross County. Do you think we should give him a Guardiola, Big Stevie?
Tell you what, mate.
You're a devil, Oxford. You're a bloody devil, I'll tell you. That's a cracker.
I'll tell you one thing, that laddie looked not a bad player to me, by the way. That's Stewart. That was with him. Is it Ross Stewart? I thought it was Rod Stewart. It's Ross Stewart. The boy's probably a better singer than him. But that laddie looked not a bad player, I'll tell you. He was big, strong, and he would see that right back there, he was tearing him to bits. I watched the game. Celtic were brutal. Well, that's up there.
Yeah, mate, you're a glutton for punishment. Big Stevie.
Well, I'm thinking about sending my popcorn machine up to them. They've done that good a job on them. Absolutely brilliant. But that would be good, wouldn't it? A wee Gardona. That'd be rubbing salt in the wounds.
Oh, salt in the wounds. I see what you've done there. I see what you've done.
Yes. See, I'm looking at our fixtures, Ox, and I'm going to be honest. You were saying there, look, we could possibly lose a game of football. Now I'm looking at I just think we're strong. We're playing. Our confidence is high. We're getting one squad the rest. The other squads coming in and playing, and I can't see it. I really can't see it. I can't even see people getting shots at my goal. Some games, it's just I think as Bob Giles says, we're in absolute heaven in the football the Rangers are playing now. And I just think we're that strong. I don't think we're going to look back. It's just all about our mentality. Our mentality is about winning now. We've got the winning mentality. We've got the bit between our teeth, and my God, we're playing some lovely football. Yes. Absolutely lovely football.
Big Dave.
I agree with you, Stevie, but at the same time, we've always got that wee nagging doubt, haven't we? Because we've had how many false dawns have we had, eh? You know what I mean? So we've got, obviously we're going to be that wee bit, what's the word? You know what I mean? Nervous, whatever you want to call it. Big long word for it. Trepidation, is it? Or whatever it is called. But we're just... something like that.
Trepidation.
That's the word.
You're a star.
I'll stick to the wee four. I'll stick to the wee 4-letter ones. Just come out with the big ones. But you know what I mean. We're confident. We're playing well. As I say, I can't see us getting beat either. But we've had a few false dawns before. We thought we had a great team under Cassinia. Look what happened. We thought we had a great team under Warburton. And then we thought we were going to do it last year. I never thought we would do it in our first season under Gerrard. I never ever thought that. Because you had to get rid of a lot of players. Couple of transfer windows, as I keep saying. They needed a few transfer windows and all that. I thought we might win something last year, but it never happened. But we're definitely on course to win something this year. possibly the treble, the way we're going. And it's looking good, but as you say, it's just keep our feet on the ground, keep humble, like Stevie G says. And
Keep your
let's rub it in when
fingers crossed that none of our players get injured. That's the most important
that's
thing.
That's the main thing as well. Key players didn't get injured. We can afford a couple of injuries as long as it's no key players. And we can rub it in when it happens at the end of the season when we're lifting the She trophies. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick one before you go to someone else. Talking about Celtic running the country. I was looking at their cup run, right? 28 home ties they got, or Glasgow ties, out of 35. 7, in that run, they only got 7 away ties. I'd like to know how many away ties and home ties Rangers got in the same run.
Well, that's your homework for tomorrow, Dave.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Port might have had it already written down, so. But there you go. 28 ties they've played in Glasgow.
Bob, they've got the greatest programmers in the world that set their system up. Unbelievable.
We do.
Supercomputer, yeah, absolutely.
Right, where are we now?
Mind, I think the supercomputer broke down last night because their name wasn't in it.
Is that the computer that's at Parkhead in their office? Aye, the one that's in their office.
Aye.
I don't think there's anything in their offices, mate.
Here's a word for you, Deb. Here's a word for you. Be prepared for galvanisation. Be prepared.
I see another thing, Bob Gerald. I wouldn't be surprised if they're on the telly the morning going, it was Rangers fans at Parkhead disguised as Celtic fans.
Don't galvanisation, mate. What's steel got to do with it, Bob?
I used to be a pipe fitter, so I can't what galvanised means.
Rangers are steel. There you go.
Oh, I get it.
And there's some of them running about here can steal and all, believe me. But
I cannot go people who don't adhere to the law of the land. Disgrace. Right, where are we? So, professional performance for nothing. Some cracking goals. It's great to see 2 youth players getting a debut, and I mean that. It doesn't matter what they do in the game, but they've played for Rangers. Nobody can ever take that away from them. Big Stephen.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. The 2 young boys are living the dream, aren't they? Imagine going to Murray Park. Imagine going to the training centre every day and playing with that bunch of boys. Big Rebo and all boys, man. Unbelievable, man. They're living the dream. Think about it. We were all boys. We wore that jersey and we imagined we were scoring the winner in the last minute. The boys have done it. They've ran out the tunnel with the badge on.
Anyway, we've been joined by Cal. Evening, Cal.
Good evening. How's things?
Well, I've had better weekends, mate, you know.
Sunday was quite interesting, I must admit.
I
nearly gave my wife a heart attack.
All right, okay, we don't have too much information, Cal.
No, I turned it off for use because I thought the game was finished there, you know.
Uh-huh.
And he scored, you know, just to see how many scores were actually. And just a big roar went out when that header went in. You would think we'd won the cup final the way I was carrying on. But head in the ground, heads down, you know, we've got to buckle down and just remember we play for Rangers and no bother about them too much. They'll make their own mess, as we've all seen.
Here.
I need the help for you. Now, I've got a greeting card for Neil Lennon. Not a greetings card, a greeting card. Is the address still 1 Tardelli Plaza?
I think if you send it there, it'll turn up, mate.
It's not the North Pole or anything, just so he can make his wish list or anything, you know.
No, it'll turn up there. But you're right in your point, and I think that's the point we've got to remember, Bob. It's all about us now. We've got to just be professional like we've been, feet in the ground and drive. If we can win the next, the record's the same in the next 23 games, we're setting ourselves up for not just a great season, and just one of our best in our history.
I would say so, aye, definitely. But the thing is, as I keep saying, lads, feet on the ground, be careful. It's all right mocking them and they've had a terrible week. Well, that's fine. But we've had a lot of terrible weeks recently. Not recently, but over the past period of time, 7-8 years. You know, we've had our bad time. Our good time is just around the corner, and we've got to make it happen, guys. Got to make it happen. As I keep saying, sorry, you know, poking fun at them. An old uncle of mine used to sit with me having a couple of drams maybe Christmas, New Year, before we played them at the Thursday. They're nowhere again, but never mock them, because they can turn round and they can bite you on the you-know-what, and we didn't want that happening. Agreed, boys? We didn't want that happening. We just want to keep your feet in the ground, play the brilliant football we're playing, get the results, and the championship will come.
Bridgeman, you've got to get there with the right attitude, mate, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we've got to do that. We've got to do that. And all the things we've been saying about keeping it going, and most importantly, what the manager's been saying, he wants this kind of humble thing. He wants us to recognise who we are and where we are. And don't forget that. And don't try to, shall we say, get on top of people and make them look bad and things like that. Just do the things you need to do. What do you need to do? Go on the park and leather them as much as possible. Score as many goals as you can. And that's it. That's all we can do. And that's what I want. Every game is the most important game in our season. Next one, Thursday. Massive game. Yep. Once again, massive game.
I'm just going to give you the stats again, Big Stevie. I'm just going to gear him again. 23 games in 3 competitions now, yeah? 19 wins, 18 clean sheets, 64 goals for, 9 against.
Fantastic. Excuse me, can I butt in?
No.
What about the trophy we won in France?
We don't count.
Does that not count?
No. It'd be even better if they counted that, mate, for the games at the start.
But they count everything, so can we know?
Mate, don't take yourself down to their level. Come on.
I can't help it. Sometimes you've got to laugh, haven't you?
Come on, Carl, you're better than that.
I am. You're right. I'll put on a BB uniform after then.
We have an anchor. On you go, Steve.
We certainly do. Connor Goldson is right now.
Stevie?
Connor Goldson is.
If you'd have given me these stats at the start of the season, I'd have put you in a straight jacket. I really would have. These stats are totally lie. They're unbelievable. Where we are the now, top of our Europa League group, 11 points clear, albeit they've got a couple of games in hand, and the football that we're playing, and the way the club's moving forward in a whole, the way the fans behave themselves with dignity and everything else, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable where we are. The stats don't lie, and that is the Bears are going out in the park and they're leaving everything on the park. They're doing everything for us, by the way. Well, they're biggest critics when they do something wrong, but by God, we've got to take our hats after the boys. They've done us proud. My heart's purple with the way the Rangers are playing in Souria. Absolutely purple.
We went to Bontois, we played Galatasaray, we played Benfica home and away, we played Standard Liège, we played the Poles at Ibrox. I mean, in there's some reasonable teams, Big Dave.
Very capable teams, Ox.
Aye, Big Dave.
Aye, I know, it's phenomenal. As I keep saying, it's Alice in Wonderland stuff, isn't it? You know what I mean? When was the last time we had a start of a season like that? Was it 67, did they say, or something like that?
Bad year. Bad year.
Aye, we had a good start then, and you're right. That's why we should keep it in check. You know what I mean? Because we didn't win the league that year either. You know, but they're not going for 10 in a row anyway. Because if they want to count that as going for 10 in a row, what about our titles that we won through the Second World War? We would have won 10 in a row then.
I'm going to say it again. Don't bring yourself down to their level.
Down to their level, I know. You're right, Oxford, but we weren't granted the titles during the war. And we won, 4 or 5 titles during the war, and then 5 when we come back or something.
We won 6.
You know what I mean?
Bridgeman,
something like that, aye. It would have been 10 or 11 in a row.
Bridgeman, that was a close title, the 39-40 season, wasn't
Oh, dear.
He was 16 then.
it? He's no answering me.
Shockers. A lot of these are shockers, really and truly. Obviously, we haven't done these things other than among ourselves. We haven't done these things to try and count other ones other than what we know now as what are classified as the official competitions. And yeah, when I was working, serving my time, the guys who were my tradesmen were all ex-war men, if you thought. I mean, and they used to talk about these things, and they'd tell you some smashing stories about how we played. And this guy who played down in England and who's up here and he's playing for us. I can't remember the names, but there was some tremendous names and tremendous thoughts on it. And they then wouldn't count it because it wasn't our team,
Because we're too Anyway, talking about somebody who's part of our team, we've been joined by our Alex Favershaw. How are we doing, Alex?
Good evening, lads. Fox here, Bridgeman,
Alex.
Stevie,
Hi, Alex.
Dave, Bob, Jer,
All right, Alex.
How you doing?
All right.
and anybody else that's in the panel. Everyone okay, lads?
Alex,
Thanks, fine, mate.
do me a favour, mate. Going to take that grin off your face. It's no suiting you.
I'm getting used to it now. As long as I've got it all the time. That's what I was on about. We need to keep our feet in the ground now. This is us going into the heavy bit now. Every game, one game at a time, as I said. That's us ticked another box. Move on to Thursday now. We're certainly playing some good stuff, so.
Thursday, we can win if we can win at home against a team which maybe we might be favourites against, and then we move on to a game. It's just going to be massive for us. We'll all be running the television watching an away game to Ross County that we've never watched before. The pressure's just mounting, and we look as if we can handle it, Alex, but we just need to go with the right attitude, mate. Yeah.
That's what it's done. Attitude, professionalism, and I'm sure we'll get there. But I know how excited we are on that, but we've really got to keep it tight now and forget what's happening on the other side of the city. What will be with them will be with them. As long as we keep winning, that's what it's about. And I agree with you all the time, Ox here. See these folk at bully. This is what happens. They've bullied everybody for years there, and it's coming back to haunt them now.
Yeah, mate. That's what happens, mate. That's what life teaches you, innit?
That's what it teaches you.
Stop making me laugh. Stop making me laugh.
I've been serious.
I was just about to say, I watched. They were supposed to be trying to bully that team last night, and it never happened. That team were, in certain situations, were far better and a lot more wiry than Celtic. And their big centre half giving away that penalty was an absolute tragedy, wasn't it? Centre half doing that, shocking. I was killing myself laughing. I'm sorry, boys.
But
I just love it.
We've just got to go with the right attitude. And look, as Big Stevie rightly says, and I'll go to Alex, then I'll go to Carl. We've not won anything yet, Alex. Nothing.
No. That's correct. That's it. We've not got any silverware. And I just hope we can really keep it going now. Because the fans, we're all hyped up now. We really need to draw it back a wee bit now and just take it as it comes. If we go there and perform the way we can, the way we've been doing, we'll certainly get there. But we're definitely all excited. We've not had a start like that for a number of years now. You need to get way back. And it definitely gets you. I mean, the result comes through is just, that's icing in the cake. But as I say, you wait 24 hours later the next morning, you're going, it'll no matter what they do or who they get in or what manager they get or who they want to do. It's all what Rangers do. And as long as we do it on the training ground, if we can avoid injuries, this is the main thing in all this pandemic. We don't know what's in front of us there as well now, And that's the fear thing at all. Because things could just turn quickly.
Yeah. Carl?
I totally agree with the boy. Thursday night, tough game as usual, isn't it? Sunday, tough game. Next Thursday, a very tough game. Just feet in the ground. All we've done this year is earned respect for some of the media, That's all we've earned. We've not got anything in the cupboard yet.
No.
And
And I just want to wish you all a good night because I'm getting funny faces drew at me again.
All right, you're the promise, Carl.
Right. All the best. I'll phone you on Thursday night or I'll watch you anyway, definitely. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.
Under the thumb.
Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
He's under the thumb.
Well, maybe he's the boss, mate. We don't know, mate. You're putting
Oh.
it together there. You remember?
Maybe I
Oxford.
maybe
I
I
was sitting there with his skirt on.
Yes, Big Stevie.
I'm saying nothing. Myra Hinley's looking at me too. I'm saying absolutely hee-haw.
Can I come into your ox jar? Because I'm going to have to go, pal.
All right,
I'll
mate.
tell you one thing. I was always proud of the Rangers support. I mean, at the end of the day, we are in Scotland, and it's always a comparison between us and them. I mean, between everything. And when we signed, you know who, I'm talking about Mr. Johnson.
Uh-huh.
The Scottish society was supposed to be going to tear itself apart, and everybody was going to burn the place down, and there were going to be riots in the streets, etc. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. We had political pressure on us for years for to do this. Graham Souness and Walter Smith done it, and it worked out to be a total 100% success. Am I right? It was great. And nothing happened. Everybody was in preparation about what was going to happen with the Rangers support. They weren't going to do this. They were going to stay away in their droves, and it never happened. And I was always proud of the club for that. Always was. Anyway, I got to go, lads. It's dub time. And keep your feet on the ground. Keep playing the brilliant football we're playing. Keep backing Stevie G and the boys, and we'll get there. Well, one sour note for me was, I was at the doctor's, they says to me, you'll need to produce a stool sample, so I joined the January class. Right. I get lost.
Cheers, Bob. Cheers.
Good night.
That was good.
And it's a good night from him, and it's a good night from me.
That was good, that, I'll tell you, that was good.
Oh,
By the way,
okay,
guys, just to say to you, there's boys in the lobby saying that from across the road there on the other side of the city, Mr. Duffy is getting sent back in January.
That's mate, they don't have the January sales anymore.
The January
Anyway,
sales,
listen,
yeah.
before we get yourself to mute, we've been requested to play this song. Just warn everybody, there's a wee bit of adult content in it. A wee bit of adult content. Any kids, send them into the other room. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Making your way in Europe today takes everything you've got. 60,000 eddies, with season tickets bought. But maybe you have to win a game in order to progress a bit beyond the second round. Where bombs like you are never found. It's just another fact of life. It's never gonna go away. There's no times left in Europe by Christmas Day. It's a grand old team to play for, or so we're fucking told. Yet every year in Europe there's 11 jerseys sold. There has been sides for France or Spain, who just can't believe their luck when your name comes at the heart. Take cries of who the fuck is that? Just a pushy Glasgow team, you give us all the book. Your European campaign's a fucking joke.
the Blues when Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. When McAvaney scored the first, the beggars thought it was the first of many. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. It didn't take long to realise when Super Ali equalised. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Then up stepped Super A. It was a 30-yarder all the way. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, I've never felt more like singing the blues when Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Then Andrews claimed he couldn't see when Super Ali made it 3. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. The Ibrox fans, well, they wanted more when Kevin Drinkle made it 4. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, I've never felt more like singing the blues when the Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, Ibrox Park, it came alive when the bold Mark Walters, he made it 5. Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. When Billy McNeil went home that night, he said to his wife, "The Celtic are shy." Oh, Rangers, cha-cha, you got me singing the blues. Well, I never felt more like singing the blues when Rangers put 5 past Dean Andrews. Oh, Rangers, you got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues.
Go back, gentlemen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rangers. You got me singing the blues. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Superb, superb.
Brilliant.
Great singer, that young girl.
Aye, Jodie. Hopefully, we maybe, you never know.
I thought it was Tammy Renette.
No. If you want to stand by your man, that's up to you, Dave.
Stand by my woo man.
Rangers a club for everybody and anybody, Dave.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, welcome.
That's true.
So here we go. Right, so Alex, Dave, look, yesterday I said earlier on, I got you, Alex, 2 young boys for the academy. What a boost that gives the rest of the lads that have seen there's a chance of getting on the park and then see me start to develop your career.
That just shows you what they can do. Obviously, they're getting well watched and they're getting well trained in that. And he's looking out for them to see who's ready to make the wee step up. But that's great experience for these kids. Something they'll not forget now. Now they've got to go back, get the sleeves rolled up again, and take it to keep it going. Because there will be chances will come because of the games we've got. And it might come to the bit, maybe to align these kids. We don't know what the injury problems is going to be further down the line. So the more experience they get, bring them on 20 minutes here and that. It's good stead later on in their careers as well. But I'm sure there's quite a few young kids in there, I know. Young Kelly there with Ross County. Christ almighty, man. Unbelievable. So, we've got a wee conveyor belt going now.
I hope so. I mean, obviously, they all kind of get on our team, but it's great to see them competing at a higher level. I thought the boy Dixon played with his head up and was aware of everything and didn't look out of place.
Yeah, well, I think some of the boys that were brought through have been quite good in that. That boy Kelly, who played against them last night, or yesterday, whatever it was, seriously, I've liked that boy all the time. I saw him coming in a couple of times. It's a privilege to see these boys. Now, the boys last night, they're playing with, with Goldson, his reputation sky high at the moment, isn't it? Just amazing. I just love it. These young lads. Well done, and please keep it going.
Alex, I enjoyed that boy Dixon.
Aye, fantastic for coming on and what he done. He said up making the passes and that. This is the thing about young boys and that. You've all played football and that. When you're getting into a team that's winning, this is the time you bring kids in. 10 minutes here, bring them on, just get a wee taste there. When the team's not performing, that's when you don't bring them through. Rangers are a good level of football now. And obviously Stevie Gerrard and Gary McNatt, these kids come in here, as you say, it's like a wee jigsaw. They can just fit in nicely and just go and play your own game in that. And these guys around about more the experience will help them, talk them through it. It's a great thing.
Big Dave.
That's what we want to see. We want to see homegrown players coming through. We've always liked to see that. Barry Ferguson, players in the past, He reminded me of young Scotty Arfield. Just the way he was running about. And you've got a good prospect when he keeps his head up. His head's no down running with the boys. Head's up. He's looking for a pass. He's looking for, you know what I mean? That's what Barry Ferguson used to do. Head up all the time, look for a pass. These boys that run about with their head down all the time just keep trying to beat 2 or 3 players that didn't look for the passes. That's the ones you've got to worry about. The ones that look about for a pass, that's the good ones. Just forgetting about Middleton. He was on He's what age is Middleton? He's still only 19, is he not?
He's a veteran, mate, compared to the other.
He's had a few chances and he went on loan to Hibs, didn't he? Didn't quite work out for him. But Stevie G's no giving up on him. I was reading the article. He's not gave up on him. He sees them as a left wing back as well. Maybe filling in at left back. And he has put him there a couple of times, and I thought he'd done no bad, kind of left back. I can't remember the last game he put him there. He put him at left back in a game a while ago, and I thought he'd done no bad there. He's got the pace. He was going to go past the player yesterday, but he brought him down. But I mean, he's definitely got the pace. He's whether he's got the skill and that'll come as he gets a bit older with games and their minutes and that, and hopefully stay injury free as well. Because you saw Ken, if they get injured all the time, like Barker, they never progress. Barker's 23 now, and he keeps getting he just keeps breaking down injured all the time. And like the guy said the other night, I agree with him. I think he's a waste of a shirt. I don't like criticising Rangers players, but honestly, I do. I think he's a waste of a shirt.
Well, it wasn't great yesterday, really. He had to get into the game and he got injured. But see where he goes. The manager seems to rate him, Big Stevie.
Well, that's the thing about these players. Stevie G's seen him every day. He must see something in the boy Barker. I watched the game last night like the rest of us, and I just thought, when I looked at Barker, I thought, that's a wee bit heartless. You look all right, son. Get back in that park, come on. And it just wasn't to happen. No, he's been aft. I think it was Big David was saying there. He's kind of injury prone all the time. It's never an injury, a serious injury. It's always niggling stuff he's got. And, sometimes, he's just leaving himself open to get questioned, As far as the young boys coming onto the park last night, that will make the rest of the boys in the academy sit up and take notice. Know that you will find a way to get into that team if you do the right things and you go on board with what Gerrard's trying to put through, channel down the lines, then you will get your shot. If you just bide your time. I'm totally all the moon with the young boys, and like Barker there, but Dave was saying, I can only agree with Dave. I can't disagree with him. I just think, as I said last night, I thought, come on, son, get back onto the park. This is your time to show people you can do here, against Falkirk, and he did do it, and I just thought it was disappointing. But again, Stevie G sees something in him, Dave, that me and you don't. He's there every day working with him, and they must see something in the boy because he is getting a regular running.
Can I add to that? How many of us would go in that park, as you just said, Stevie, a sore knee, a sore foot, and work through it? He seems to want to go before he actually wants to try and work through it. You know what I mean? A wee niggle or a wee whatever. Whereas a lot of other players would go, no, I've got to work through it. I'm going to play and maybe work it off. Kind of, you get knocks and you can run them off. He just wants to seem to come off straight away. It's like, as you say, his heart's no in it, or he just kens he's no good enough.
Does anybody know what's actually wrong with him? Was he tramped on last night?
No, there was
nobody near him. Okay.
It was his toes. Something like he stood on his toes, or I think the boy stood on his toes or something. Yeah. Something like that. It was something innocuous.
Dave, there's a classic example. There's a classic example last night. You watch Big Connor Golson taking a sore man. I think it was his thigh. He got a deep thigh. He sat there for a minute, took the pain, and get back up. That's a guy that doesn't want to lose
when that happens, Stevie.
I know. You're right.
Stevie.
So that's what's left. It's like being a centre half guy.
Frenchman, one at a time. Yeah, just wait till your name's mentioned. Stevie, how many hearts were in the mouth when Big Golson went down?
That's why I can remember it in the game, because I was the person to say, oh no him. He's playing absolutely. He's Franco Baresi, man. You know what I mean? He's playing out his skin. You know, he's been doing that's exactly what we were all thinking. I hope he's all right. You know, and then you watch guys like Barker. I just think it was a wee bit heartless for a young boy, and I'm not going to slaughter him. But I was just saying to him, son, get back on that part, and this is your chance to do something tonight and cement yourself into that team. You know, I just thought it was a wee bit spineless, if you want to put it that way. But at the end of the day, I don't know what he went halfway. It's no come out yet what he went halfway, but come on, everything's just wee niggly things with him, you know. He's hurt his thigh, or he's got a wee calf strain or something. He's got something that's never a serious injury with a boy, and that's what gets to me. You know, you got up and got on with it like Big Golson. Big Golson's a man now, by the way, isn't he?
How many hearts were in the mouth, Alex?
Well, definitely. Certainly sat there with my sons and that, and he thought, oh, please don't be injured. But I've got to agree with Stevie there about that Brandon Barker. I mean, you stick by him because he's playing with the Rangers and that. I mean, I don't know what he's like at the training. Obviously, Stevie Gerrard and that, they see something in him, but I quite agree with Big Dave and all. He seems to take an oak. He's not that eager to go on. You've got two young boys sitting on the bench. They're biting a bit to get on. You're a guy here doesn't seem to be wanting to try his best to get back on to run it half. That's the ideal opportunity for Barker and all. No disrespect to Falkirk, but that'd been a right good run out for him. But there you go. So I'll be interested to see, but I definitely don't think he's the answer. And I don't like knocking Rangers players, but I don't think he's the answer for us. I may be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but I'll be interested to see.
Richmond?
I'm just going to say, come in on that. I think young Barker, he's been given a number of chances and shots at glory, and he's actually responded in 2 or 3 of them. But I mean, I don't know why. Just based on what he's saying, I don't know what happened to him. I never saw any accidents, so I can't. I've watched the game twice and I've still never seen it. So I'll watch it tomorrow for a 3rd time to find out if, in fact, somebody did kick him in some way. But he's in danger of losing any wee bit of semblance of support and sympathy from the fans if that's what he's doing. As Big Stevie says, if indeed what Stevie's saying is right, if he's no stamping the feet and get up and get on with it, then there's no hope for him. He's got to be able to go and play against teams like Falkirk and know that he's going to get tread on and tread on them back. Do it to them as well, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to be able to do it. No fall over and just walk off the park. So if he's not seriously injured in any way, shape or form, then he's cheating himself. That's what I'm going to say.
Come in there, Oxter.
Just 1 minute, mate. Bridgeman, if people want to join us, what's the number?
Well, the number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We've brought in the call by Fox Old School Blue. If you phone in, hang up, we will phone you back. Yes, Dave, floor's all yours, mate.
Aye, I was just going to add to that. I've watched him on a few occasions. He has been given a chance. Yes, he did take his chance one time, I think it was. He scored, or maybe two times. But for me, he's always looking. It's like he wants. I know he doesn't want to get injured, but he just. For me, somebody should show him videos of Richard Gough, Terry Butcher, Terry Hurlock, players of that, and say, look, maybe he's not got a good pain threshold, I don't know, but it always looks to me like he wants to take the easy route and go off the park rather than say, no, I'll just dust it off because I'm tough. I've got a bit of Terry Hurlock in me, I've got a bit of Terry Butcher in me, I'll just go through it. Nah, it's too weak. He's too weak for me. And Gerrard's gave him chances. And I think Gerrard will, well, he knows, he's no daft. He's all ken that. I don't think he'll get another chance.
He's surprised us, Barker. I don't want to turn it into, but he has surprised us. He's appeared in some games that obviously we thought he might be playing on Sunday there, but when we played them and Big Connor get the 2 goals, you never thought Brandon would have played, but the man just seems to rate him. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, Alex.
Well, that's it. He selects the team in that, so you've got to admit he's done everything right, because we're undefeated in that, but you're watching the game in that and you're thinking, come on, at least try and run this off a bit. But you can look at Stevie Gerrard looking down. He looks across the line, down the touchline as I look. The next thing, what do you call it? He comes up the line and that was it, made the substitution and that. But I don't know how injury it was. I'm interested when it comes to the press conference when he names the team and that, and everybody updates about the players and that. Who's this? I'm interested what he says about Barker, if he's injured or what he is. But you're expecting, what do you call it, a game like that would be ideal for him.
Aye, no, it would be ideal for the fans to be in at Ibrox on Thursday night for a game we just need to win to get through. Stevie?
Aye, 100%. Absolutely, that would be absolutely magic. Can I ask you, what did you think of Big Bassey playing instead of Hollander in there? And at centre half, what do you think of his performance? I thought the big man was brilliant as well. He looked all right. Just a couple of times he could have a couple of wee stupid passes here and there, but the big boy's absolutely, he's only learning himself, you know. A big unit of a boy, and he done well getting his goal. He was in there, you know. I thought Big Bassey did no game last night.
I'll put you to a centre half expert, Bridgeman.
Oh yeah, I thought he played very well considering, but I don't think he's 100% centre half. But a good stand-in, no problem at all. But I think you saw two left footers playing there from the left there once again, and that gives more armour to people. You need a good left-footed player, and Bassey was able to sort of push the ball out to Barisic, and they could play with each other in that sense because they've got confidence in someone. They push the ball to the left, to his left, and so on and so forth. It was really good. Obviously, I don't think he's tall enough to be a really powerful centre half, but he's a big fella and he does well. I've got great hope for him.
He must be 6'2".
What?
He must be 6'2", 6'5".
Yeah, that's fine. I'm only saying, as far as I'm concerned, Hellander's 6'4". You know, and when you look around at the centre halves that he plays against, he's actually not that tall, really. However, that's another thing. No, well done, Bassey, and I absolutely love him. I don't care where he plays. He'll do a job for Rangers for sure.
All the left footers must have took you back to your school team, eh?
Tell you where they take me back to. They take me back to one of the greatest players that ever laced their boots for Rangers, Mr. Slim Jim Baxter.
Correct.
I thought Bassey done okay, mate. He's still raw, he's still learning. His enthusiasm gets him in trouble sometimes. Maybe too much touches the ball, but he'll take a lot for that game yesterday, Alex.
That's right, he's a good stopgap. But he's flexible in that. But he can play left back, he can play left midfield. He's only a young boy, he's only learning, he's only got to get better. But to be quite truthful, if you put him in the team, you're not holding your breath, you're going, that's no, it doesn't seem to weaken us. So there's definitely a lot to come for him. The more games he gets, he's getting the right mentors round about him and at the training ground, so he's going to be a valuable asset to us. Definitely, he's a player.
Well, that's game is covered, obviously. At the moment, Hollander's not going to be a boot till possibly a week on Thursday, maybe even later than that, maybe, depending when his isolation started. So Hollander's out potentially. Katic is out. So we're down to all of a sudden when we think we've got plenty of cover there. We've got Balogun, Golson and Big Bassie's a cover. Dave?
Aye. Makes it all the more thingy about Edmondson and that, because he would have been getting a game. That's what I was saying the other night. He must be sitting there going, I would have played. And now Hollander's on isolation. He would have got a couple of even more games. So, yeah, I thought Basti was decent last night. He'd been, brilliant. One pass back, which I think he couldn't see through his dreadlocks, But that was the only scary moment. Apart from that, he sailed through the game, like they all did, it's. I prefer, maybe like Bridgman, I prefer him at left back. I think he does. I think he's brilliant at left back. He just storms up and down that line. Anybody gets in his way, they just go flying. You know what I mean?
Definitely agree with you, pal. Definitely agree with you.
Left back's going to be where they'll play. If we ever do sell Barisic, we've got a ready-made proper left back just to fall right in, and he'll go on to make us millions or not.
Aye, what's your own thoughts, Big Stevie?
I don't think you'll see much of Bassey then if it's a case he's going to fall in for Bonner all the time, because Bonner was absolutely brilliant last night. His play, and he's only going to, the more he gets to grips with Scottish football, he's only going to get better and better. We're going to find it hard to keep him. Like many other players that we've got, we're going to find them hard. But Big Bassie's been good. He stood in for Barisic. He stood in there at centre half. You've got to give credit to the young boy. We're playing him in two different positions there, and he's been good for us. He's no let us down once, and that's what we're talking about with guys. I'm not want to get back to it, but that's what you're talking about with guys like Barker, when you see a wee bit of half-heartedness. Look at that young boy Bassey. He's playing everywhere to get the jersey on and get out there. And I just think if we've got Big Bassey for stone in for Bonner, but you're not going to see much of him, I don't think.
But Stevie, he's 19, Bonner's 28, so he's got plenty of time.
I understand that, but talking about, he is just going to be a stand-in, that's what we need to remember,
You don't know which round the corner.
Cover it.
You just don't.
No, injury.
It's a very difficult game to plan, Alex, isn't it? Because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, you've just mentioned it there. A couple of injuries, by the way, and you see how weak we get. So this is what it's about. That's why we need the big squad. Everybody ready to go.
I think you also need to...
Sorry.
I was going to say, I think we also need to take cognizance of the fact that there's Borna Barisic, another couple of fabulous crosses in for the left, and he was assisting in goals, and what a free kick he took. My God, he's just brilliant. The guy is absolute magic. Really, I think we'll really, really do well to keep a hold of him. Seriously.
Oh yeah, there are teams over Europe. Obviously, there's teams in Europe take notice. Definitely him. Yeah. The two fullbacks are unbelievable. If you think of Tavernier and all the goals they're scoring, it's just we're living in cloud nine now, and it's absolutely wonderful. But we've just got to keep our feet in the ground here, because we don't know what's around the corner.
Do you know what I thought? What I thought was really good, Alex, and I'll go to Stevie. The Tav's goal. the communication and bid it and just stood aside to let him hit it.
It was somebody you call it goal, but you take it and that, you know. It's absolutely wonderful. Big hit, and I thought he played quite well, holding the ball up and that. Then again, I thought McLaughlin, the goalkeeper and all, how safe's the goalkeeper and all, you know.
Cross was very good.
We've got a right good squad here. And as I say, we've got to just keep it going and that and keep our feet in the ground here. We've got a game on Thursday, and that's another hard test, although we've already beat them over in Belgium. They'll probably come out and have a go at and all, but I agree with you, Oxie. If Rangers play, Rangers will win. This is what it's all about. It's how we play. We're playing some great stuff, isn't it? Everybody's confident in the ball. And it's working wonders, you know. Long may it last.
Stevie?
That's it. I mean, we're talking about Bonner there. What a cross it was. And Tav Geed big it and the shout big it and just dummied it. And by the way, what about the technique for our right back, our captain? He just slammed that in. Brilliant. Our two backs are just absolutely immense. Big Bonner's free kick. Come on, you were jumping before he took it, weren't we? That was exactly what St Mirren, wasn't it? Don't look back before. That goal at St Mirren, the big man's never looked back. He's been absolutely tremendous. He's tremendous. And I just can't stop saying it, man. I don't know what's going to happen to my health eating the amount of popcorn I'm eating. Rangers are just prime time telly, man. It's just unbelievable, Alec.
Calvin,
if you're looking for a black bag of popcorn for Lanarkshire, let us know.
It's brilliant, by the way. I'm like Bob Jer, what do you call it? It's like cross, what do you call it? Dog show. I've got my dog. He's Alf. He's named after Norellis. I take that dog a lot, by the way, and I'll talk about Rangers to him. He's sitting there at the games again. Next thing you're jumping up and you score, the dog goes bloody crazy, man.
For Doug and Ulster,
Good to have a well-trained dog, Alex. Good to have a well-trained dog.
Can I just say, guys, three full-backs scored last night. You had the big Connor with another assist. How many assists has Connor got this season? So 3 full-backs scored. The centre-half with assist, another full-back with another assist. You know what I mean? There's goals coming from all over the place with that team. You're confident that you're not relying on Alfredo anymore, as we keep saying. The goals coming from everywhere. And that, as Oxley said the other night there, how many goals was it before Defoe got on in the act? 14?
I think we scored 8 against Hamilton, then 4 against Aberdeen, so that was 12, then 3 against Benfica. And my strikers, they scored all right. Roof, obviously, 2 against Benfica. Roof scored.
Yeah, so before Defoe got in the act, it was about 14 goals, wasn't it?
It was quite frightening. You're saying Morelos or Defoe haven't they scored, you know?
Yeah, because their goals are coming from all angles, coming from everywhere in the park. I mean, right. they've all got in on the act, every one of them. Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Anybody that's got a spare fiver, stick it in Morelos to score Thursday night.
Right, I'm going to tell you, we've talked
that's a good shout, Stevie.
We've talked about Calvin Bassey. Just get yourself the Maple here for the young man. It's only a couple of minutes long, but let's hear a star in the making. There's surely Calvin Bassey.
Calvin, your first Rangers goal, your first professional goal. Just talk us through what that means to you.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You know, I just give thanks. For the opportunity, just being able to play for this amazing club. And, I think we're onto good things and we just need to keep our head down and just keep working, I think there's things I could have done better. Obviously, I'm happy for my goal, but I'm just trying to improve as a player every single day. And, yeah, that's it.
The first time we've seen you in the Rangers jersey alongside Connor Goldson at centre-half, how did you find playing alongside him tonight?
Connor, great player, experienced player, I'm saying. I just tried to listen to him and learn from him. Obviously, he was a bit different from my original position, but, as I've said, I've come here and I could play centre-half, and the gaffer trusted me to play it, so thankful for the gaffer trusting me, and hopefully I've done him proud.
What was the manager's message to the whole team tonight? Because these games against lower league teams can often be potential banana skins potentially tricky for bigger clubs?
I think where we are this season, I think we're just focused on each game, taking each game as it comes. The manager does his job to motivate us and and get us ready for the games. But at the end of the day, it's down to us to deliver on the pitch. And I just felt like we took this game professional and tried to do everything we can and do the right simple things right. And obviously it showed in the scoreline. Obviously we still could have done better, but happy with the win.
You've been there as a young player coming into a man's team for the first time, and how pleased were you for both Kieran Dixon and Leon King getting their debuts tonight?
Yeah, they've been terrific in training, both Dixie and Leon. So I'm happy for them to get on and make their debuts, and just want them to keep working hard and keep improving because they're talented young boys.
Wow. You see him, and it's as if he's full of carry on, Alex, and then there he is, so grounded.
Great, man. Came across really good there, didn't he? For a young boy. You could tell how much he was excited and how much he loved playing with the club. And he's telling you the experienced guys round about him. Fantastic. As I say, he'll be a right good asset to us. He's only a young boy and he's going to improve. And I think we'll want to watch there.
And you come, Dave?
Definitely. No, definitely. He must have a degree in psychology because he comes across really well. Really, really well. Everything he said there, just want to keep improving. There was things I could have done better. You know what I'm saying? We all saw that. But it was easy. I mean, he can play centre back, but as I keep saying, left back's where I prefer him. But he done a job for us last night. Scored a good goal. He was there for Tav, he was there for the tap-in, you know what I mean, or whatever. Tav's goal was brilliant as well, as he says, Oxter. That cross, shouted it in, it's mine. Bang, right in the corner, took it on the volley, good finish. They were all good goals. In their own way, they were all good goals, Barisic's free kick, posted stamp, right under the bar. I mean, the keeper was at the right side, and he still never got near it.
He hit it with a ball, mate, he hit it with a ball. I'll go to the guy with a degree in criminology, Bridgeman.
Criminology. You're making me laugh. I can't remember what your question was.
Talking about Bassey.
Bassey was fantastic. Yes, I like him. He's been on a couple of times, particularly left back, of course. And I think he's a marvellous left back. He'll do well for us. And if indeed we manage to cash in and get some money on Borna, if indeed he wants to go and Rangers are happy to do that, then you can't do any better than getting Bassett to play for you. At the moment, he's on a bit of form. His poise last night was excellent. If he wants to be a centre half, I'll say this again, I don't think he's quite tall enough, but everything else about his game is just number one. Tremendous. He's in that box and he's standing next to the line, the ball comes out, bang, it's in the net. That's fantastic stuff, You couldn't ask for any better. Sorry?
Yeah, he's certainly strong enough.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to get pushed around that much, He's a very strong lad and he seems to be judging the ball properly. You could just see all the daft things that happen at centre half. The ball comes across him. I've lost sight yet. And why? Don't know. Aaron Mai, something like that, Seriously, the boy's superb, absolutely superb. I think he's a real star in the making. Much like those two young lads that came on last night. They screw their nut. They follow the rules and do the things that the manager's bidding when necessary. They will make it at Rangers. They will make it. Because that was a tremendous show that they put on last night. Tremendous show. Playing among these guys. Brilliant.
Big Stevie.
Very level-headed, and I loved what he says when he says it was great the gaffer to give him the chance to play for this great club. The great club that really got to me there. I thought that was brilliant. I'd like to congratulate Jimmy Bell. He's teaching our young team very well what our club's about. They're becoming Rangers men. That team we've got to know are all fell in love with our club. They're all falling in love with our club. And what he was saying there about Big Connor Golson, maybe we're all starting to see now what Gerrard's seen last year when some of us couldn't make out why he never get dropped sometimes. Maybe we're all seeing now what Gerrard's seen in Big Golson, because there's not one of that team have I ever heard them running Golson down or even anywhere near it, maybe saying something that you thought, well, what's going on there? Every one of them speak very highly of Connor Golson, and you heard them there about his professionalism. But Bassey being a young boy playing in all different positions just says a lot for me. He's want to play for our club, and well done to the young boy, and he's got my full support. Brilliant.
So the last 20 minutes of the show, people want to join us, give us thoughts. What's the number, Big Stevie?
The number is 0141 356 1972. Here also.
Yes,
can I say what? There was something I was reading today about McGregor being a European record breaker. Is that as a goalie, or is it the most games for a player?
Rangers appearances, I think, in Thursday will go ahead of Barry Ferguson, won't he?
Yeah, is that? Aye. By the way, that's great, isn't it? I know. That's absolutely fantastic because he's been great and all. Oh,
that would make me happy. I'll tell you, that would make me happy.
Bridges get some European record started in 1945.
But through France and Belgium.
People want to join us. What's the number, Stevie?
It's 0141 356 1972.
I'm joined at Skype at rangersradio.online. You brought in a call. The old school Blair Fox. Phone in, hang up, and we will contact you. So, look, I think the message is right. We're doing well, Alex. We're all happy. All these goals, no conceding. The world's a better place for what's happening elsewhere. Peace and love to everybody, but we've got to keep our feet on the ground.
100%. Just what Stevie was saying there, Jimmy Bell. He's a good wisher man, Jimmy.
Aye.
You're all right there with him, man.
Phone off, Bridge man.
What phone? Sorry?
Your phone. Pinging.
No, my phone's no on.
It's
no on. It's no on. I can tell you right now it's not on.
Messages. We've also been joined by Jim from Paisley. Well, was there, he's gone. He'll be back in a minute. Go on, Alex.
Yeah, really cool. What was I saying there? Aye, Jimmy Bell, a good wisher, man. We're all right there. He's seen it all. So he'll be delighted as well, the way the team's playing. I'd like to get a wee call out for the two boys, one of the girls that they know. Her name's Nicole Castles, who works with Central FM. And she interviewed Stevie Gerrard last night after the game. Right. And it was put on Facebook. And we're all applauding her and that. Oh, she was so chuffed. Absolutely fantastic.
Well done.
She's a total gentleman. The one knew, as you say, he was his class.
He's one of these guys, I think he can conduct himself in any walk of life, mate, with megastars or the people on the street, mate. He knows how he's just humble. Well, like myself, I suppose.
It's just how he's brought up. He's humble. Respects everybody.
I'm better myself. Aye, brilliant.
Right,
Can I come in, Oxter?
Wait a minute, we've been joined, I think, for Jim for Paisley. I think Jim's with us.
Got to stop phoning me at my work. God save, I've got my books here. Yeah, listen, fantastic day. Yeah. Crying day yesterday, yeah.
Right,
go do I hear something funny?
Right, go on.
I was off yesterday, right? I'll finish in the morning. The phone is ringing after it. Everybody wants to come in and to watch the game, right? Listen, don't get me wrong. I've got a couple of jungle gym pals, right? So everybody's welcome, right? So we went through the Ross County. Was it Ross County they were playing? County they were playing. Aye. So we went through that. So everybody's like the usual, right? So see, I'm no kidding you. Call for this, right? I've got two jungle pals, right? They were asking me what's the price for Rangers for the treble. So they're ready to lump on the Gers for the treble. Yeah. I thought it was fantastic. Do you know something? I made them sign me and everything just to keep them quiet, keep their fucking trap shut. Fucking brilliant day. Yeah.
I don't think
Jim, you need to watch your language, pal.
Oh, sorry. I keep saying I'm just talking to you. Here, Bridge, I keep saying I'm here, Bridge. See that? Just watch. Don't lean out too far. That water's cold this time of year.
So did you end up having a good day, or James?
Oh, here, listen, I've had to struggle in the night to my work. No, I'm not doing still on the verge of a hangover, you know. And people looked at me and said, "You looking at you?" You know, I'm getting through the night. I made that. So.
Okay. Did you have any bets on yesterday yourself?
Aye, here I go for nothing. By the way, see the prices? Oh, Jer, I'm not kidding you. 15 to 2 for 4-0. I think I was a deal. Here, can I say something else while I'm still on here? Just in case I've got to bolt, right? I backed that. I backed that big Cedric to score any time, even money. Talk about that. I'm not convinced of that big guy. I'm like calling and shouting and bawling and shouting.
Money on him. That's how he should have scored yesterday. He should have scored. He should have scored.
But it was the care. I was the care anyway. So the early part of the day was a hug for us, wasn't it? You know what you think? In my house it was hug
Right, we'll let you go before you get into trouble, but it's always good to have you.
Yeah, right, baby. Thanks for taking my call anyway.
Right, Jim, you take it easy.
Cheers, Jim. Speak to you in a week, yeah?
Right, cheers, Jim.
Cheers, Jim.
And you come, Dave, you come in and then we'll be joined by James from Tennessee.
Aye, no, I just wanted to ask you were talking about the squad value. You might remember you were going through the players a few weeks ago. Aye, and you valued Connor Golson at $6 million. Well, I think that's cheap. If you still value him at $6 million, because Alec McLeish says he's worth the 50, I didn't believe he's worth 50, but there's no way. If we let him go for $6 million at the end of the season, there'd be riots. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be worth at least $20 million now.
Oh, you're right. Anyway, we've been joined by James from Tennessee. How are we doing, James?
Yeah, fine. How's it going? I just wanted to ask Stevie from the drum one question.
Oh, you go, James.
Yeah. Right, a long time ago, Stevie, I was in a church in Drumchapel, and I met this girl from England, and I was outside just kissing her, and all of a sudden, a range of bottles people were trying to hit us, the Drumchapel people there. I just wondered, what do you think of that?
It was Stevie.
Was it you, Stevie?
The way I've been, I'm just going to say no comment.
Yeah, well, that was a story.
I've got to say, I was in a similar situation myself once or twice in my youth in Drumchapel.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place, but just another point about the women. I like to Malcolm McDonald on the women's football, and women's football is strong in America. The women are really tough over here, very aggressive. The U.S. national team they won't let you get near the defence, or really. The Netherlands played them recently. The Netherlands never even had a shot at goal. You know what I mean? And they were at home. So you've got to. I'll just say that Rangers
I've got a question.
Should sign some.
You were in Drumchapel and you find a woman tough in America.
well, that girl from England was nice, but I just say that the women here are tough. But Rangers have signed some US women. North Carolina are a good team, and also Florida State. So I know they've got one American girl there for the Rangers, but the Rangers are doing well. I'm very pleased with the result. Stephen Kelly, I watched that game yesterday actually, and Stephen Kelly was excellent. He was aggressive but didn't foul anyone and played really well. So very pleased with the results lately. And I think we won 55. I'm really positive about the team now.
Did you enjoy Malky Thompson on his last week then?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Really, really good. women's football is going to be massive, massive. So it's a good market for Rangers, and Rangers are doing the right thing. And they need to take the league away from Glasgow City, because Rangers could have 20,000, 30,000 people for women's games at Ibrox, because it would be a more family occasion. And if they do the right thing, it could be a massive opportunity for them all over the world. So, yeah, it's a great opportunity there, yeah.
While you've been on, mate, we've been looking into that incident that happened in Drumchapel. We can confirm Big Stephen was there, but he was collecting the bottles as they were thrown.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm going to tell my nephew John Leach about you.
I know God
he knows all about him.
Well, it was 25 feet.
Yeah, I just thought.
James.
So Stevie's what?
James, I was on a few shows back there, and I actually backed you up and congratulated you on the boy Dryer. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player, by the way. I watched him after you mentioned his name a couple of times. I'm going to watch it. See the game you were talking about against Liverpool? By the way, he stuck out like a sore thumb. And even the one against Ajax, what a goal he scored. But that boy there, what age is that boy, James?
Maybe about 20, 21, 23. But I'll tell you, I was just thinking about him. See if Rangers signed him, won the league, no problem, in January. He's a type of player, brilliant player. Right midfield player. Yeah, really, yeah. So, well, you're my fan now, Stevie. JFK has been slagging me off, so you're the number one Rangers radio guy.
You've got Steve JFK's coming in. He's a big teddy bear, big JFK.
We'll forgive JFK. He's a good man.
A big teddy bear.
He offered me a seat right enough. I never made it, but for that game. But the show's really good show. Excellent. You've got some excellent guests on the show. It's really the top show now, I think. And
there you go. I'll let Bridgeman answer that.
What was that question, Jim?
I said you're one of the top men, Bridgeman. I like the little jingle.
All right, okay. Do you like that one? That was it's all Oxchair's work, pal. He knows what he's doing.
What they should do is get you on the Scottish news and report on the Rangers game.
Trust me, he's been on the Scottish news before.
I don't want to be back on there again. It's amazing how many people know you.
Oh, James, listen, James, you took a bit of stick off of Jimmy, so you did, because Jimmy said he wouldn't let someone in pull on a Rangers jersey. Now, don't get me wrong, there was one or two that you did mention that I thought, no for me, but I'll tell you what, James, out the ball, that boy Dryer, you've called it right. He is absolutely outstanding, by the way, and I would love to see that boy. He's at Norwegian international too, so brilliant. Well done for doing it, James, and I'll have a wee whisper in Jimmy's ear. I'll wind him up. Don't worry.
No, it's all right. I'm easy going. I'm an easy going person. It's just a show, and people's got their opinions. I respect everybody's opinion, and that's fine. I took it easy. I'm just joking about it.
Trust me, he's a big.
So
he's cuddly. He's cuddly, and he wears a scarf. He's a big teddy bear, JFK.
Yeah, what you should do is have an amalgamation of shows like Heart and Hand and all that. Have a big party when Rangers 155 and get you all together on Zoom. We could all see your faces.
Well, that would put a lot of people off.
Nah.
That'll take my social money.
Just to let you know, mate, me and Big Stephen from Drumchapel, we won't be available for 2 weeks with V155. We're on it.
Right.
I don't think anybody will be available.
Come to Tennessee. Come to Tennessee, Nashville.
You never know, mate. I can see us ending up in some weird and wonderful places, Stevie.
By the way, the list I've got, by the way, I'm getting a divorce. I don't know about you.
No.
The list I've got here: Bumbag, the Hummer, And then we've got our
passport.
Yeah, passports, yep, bottle openers, Union Jacks and gas masks. There you go. That's
One final question, Stevie. What's your wife's name, first name?
Oh, Joanne.
Joanne. Well, say hi to her because she takes a lot of sticks. So she's probably a wonderful woman married to you.
She is a wonderful woman. She's the salt of the earth, and she's got a lot to put up with.
I'll tell you one thing. I've said it and I'll say it again. She's that evil. I caught her putting a cat flap in her granny's budgie cage. She is nuts. I'm still don't know what you're saying.
Well,
Right.
I'll go.
Yes.
I'll
Listen,
go
James.
now. Yeah.
Great, mate. Speak to you soon, brother.
Okay,
I
take
thought this
care.
was the two Ronnies.
55. Come on, the Jers. Wheel 155. Come on, the Jers. Bye.
Well, sell James.
Tennessee. We're getting them all here. We get all the foreigners. Edinburgh. Tennessee.
The foreigners, Edinburgh. Here, I thought it was the two Ronnies I was listening to there.
I think he's angling for my popcorn. I think that's what James is angling.
You're absolutely right. I was waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz. Brilliant, brilliant. Old granny song.
Wait till you hear
Bridgeman gives a bit of Al Jolson.
Oh, I don't know him.
Alex Brigg, the Christmas album, him and Fox is producing it. You might hear the 12 songs for the bridge on the Christmas special.
Brilliant.
12 songs. I don't know 12 songs. Without going into our level. If we get into our level, I know plenty more, you know. You don't want to hear me singing them. It's very excitable.
Oh, we know that. Has anybody noticed that Bridge gets excited, Alex?
This show's universal. Absolutely fantastic. Listening there.
Aye.
See that song you played the other night there?
What one was that?
Play the game. Play the game. Play the blue and white Buddy Logan.
Aye, 1961.
Honest, I can make my old man playing that.
Seriously, aye?
Aye, seriously, honest to God, man. And I said, by the way, I mean your grandpa used to play that. That's what he used to have on. Play the game. Play the blue and white.
Did you laugh when you heard that?
Oh, Christ, it took me away back. I didn't even know that was still going about recorded, you know. Buddy Logan.
We're old school blue, likes the older songs.
I can't even get it, man.
Fox is more your rave sort of man. You know?
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Better make it quick, Dave. On you go.
I saw a wee clip the day with McCoist and Lennon on the touchline of that game a few years ago when they had a wee spat. Does anyone know what McCoy said to him?
McCoy says, I'll see you when we get 55, Lenny.
Remember that game? Where did it go for us 2-2 or something?
Oh, they beat us in the cup, 3 centre-half, mate.
They beat us.
Oh, was it? So what was Lenny getting all upset about then? What did McCoy say to him? I can't remember.
Oh, I know he disclosed it. I know he phoned him the other night and told him the Livingston job was available.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty good, that one.
Well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening, and it's over to you, Bridgeman.
Well, what a marvellous night, I must admit. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Once again, Oxford, great crack, marvellous jokes. Everybody's done very well. For me, superb. Another great night. Can I just say this to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio? Every single one of us is getting close already. 3 sleeps. 4 sleeps maybe. Sorry. 3 sleeps. And we're away again. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers because the Rangers need us. And they desperately do. Keep it going.
3 sleeps, 4 naps you've got. Can I thank...
Thanks, Oxia.
No problem. Mrs. Bridge will make sure you're all right. Can I thank Big Dave Bob Chair, Alex, Carl, James from Tennessee, and obviously Jim from Paisley, who's one of our characters, and also Big Stevie. You enjoy it, big man?
Brand new, great company tonight. A lot of good bells on the night. Alec, Bob, Dave, great chairs. Boy, James from Tennessee, who's became a great fan of mine now. So I'm Thanks for
fantastic show again, lads. Top class.
Listen, this has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be joined by Southside between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, everybody. Take it away, old school boy.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the fancy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. Lucia Vibrox for Lancer at 3. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the fancy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians by 3-2. Still celebrating, doing the fancy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers are back where we belong. Lucia Vibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. Doing the fancy all over the world. Doing the fancy all over the world.